Leyline speech delivered by Abdon E. Bishop. Ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, friends, we stand at a moment in history where our tools have never been sharper and our understanding has never been more fractured. We compute faster than any generation before us, yet we explain less. We measure more finely, yet we cohere less deeply. We have built machines that can simulate worlds, but we struggle to hold our own world together. This is not a failure of intelligence. It is a failure of structure. For too long, we have believed that contradiction can always be cancelled, that imbalance can always be averaged away, that zero is the natural resting place of opposing forces. But zero is not neutral. Zero is not peace. Zero is collapse. When cancellation appears where structure must persist, coherence dissolves. When balance is forced rather than earned, systems fail quietly. When we treat zero as a solution instead of a warning, we lose the thread. Mathematics has always known this. Mathematics is not the art of invention, it is the discipline of refusal. It tells us what cannot be allowed if coherence is to survive. And when mathematics reaches its limits, when it asks whether its own infinite extensions can remain stable, it is not asking for cleverness. It is asking for structure. This is where the ley line begins. Within the infinite sequence of primes, those ancient, indivisible atoms of arithmetic, there is a memory. Not a mystical memory, but a structural one. Two families of primes, equal in size, equal in density, yet unequal in role. One bears load, the other provides variation. One stabilizes, the other oscillates. This asymmetry is not an accident. It is the signature of stability, and what is true in mathematics is true in science. The deepest regularities of nature are not found in particles, but in phases. Not in objects, but in relationships that cannot cross without destroying coherence. Phase separation is not a metaphor, it is a law of persistence. Systems survive because certain combinations are forbidden. The universe is not optimized for efficiency, it is optimized for stability. And what is true in science is true in art. Art is not expression alone, it is resolution under constraint. Music works because voices do not collapse into unison. Painting works because contrast is preserved. Narrative works because tension is not erased prematurely. Great art refuses cancellation until a higher coherence emerges. Mathematics proves it, science measures it, art feels it, and humanity listens. We are not the masters of the system. We are its interpreters. Our task is not to force nature into answers, but to recognize when structure speaks. There exists in every coherent system a horizon, a line that cannot be crossed without loss, a boundary where opposing tendencies neither cancel nor diverge but resolve. This is the ley line horizon. It is not a wall, it is a guide. The future of knowledge, mathematical, scientific, artistic, depends on learning to recognize these horizons. To understand that coherence is not the absence of conflict, but the disciplined refusal to collapse. Truth is what survives interference. Meaning is what refuses cancellation. Knowledge is what remains stable under infinite extension. This is the epistemology of the future, not domination, not reduction, coherence. A ley line is not a road, it is a direction. It does not tell us where to go, it tells us how not to get lost. And so I say to you, the future belongs to those who learn to walk without cancelling themselves, to those who understand that stability is not the enemy of creativity, but its foundation, to those who can hear the structure beneath the noise. This is not an ending. This is the beginning of a path. Walk it with me.